So, do you think Google is actually serious about this whole make hardware to compete directly with Apple thing? What about the fact that they just hired 2,000 engineers from HTC to make phones? And what about the fact that they're releasing 2 phones today? And what about the fact that these phones have actually really bold design, and they may already have incredibly good cameras, and they feel more like Google phones than they do Android phones? You see, this is the Pixel 2, and this is the Pixel 2 XL, and looking at these 2 phones, I'll tell you what, Google is very serious about making hardware. So as I already said, there's 2 models. The Pixel 2 has a 5-inch screen. It's got these squared off corners and these giant bezels on the top and the bottom. While the Pixel 2 XL has a much larger 6-inch screen. The corners of the screen are rounded, and it still has some bezels on the top and the bottom. Now, before we get too far into it, I want to talk about the aesthetics of these phones. Google decided to keep the glass shade, and while you might not like it, it's definitely identifiable as a Pixel. And there are lots of little design touches here that are just kind of fun. I mean, look at these neon power buttons, and the glass shade on this white one, it's black, so it's got this whole stormtrooper vibe. But look, I'm just going to say it, these phones are not as flashy as the Galaxy S8 or even the iPhone X. For example, the screens aren't truly edge-to-edge. They've got those big bezels that I mentioned, but they're here for a reason. It's because they're front-facing stereo speakers inside there. Overall, I think it's fair to say that these phones are more utilitarian or pragmatic than other flagship smartphones. If I had to pick a single word to describe the design, I'd actually go with Scandinavian. Like a piece of IKEA furniture, or a Playmobil toy, or a Volvo, or Lego. It's more whimsical than it is glitzy, and it's designed to work. Both phones are available for pre-order right away, and they're going to be shipping on October 19th. The smaller Pixel 2 comes in 3 colors, blue, black, and white. It starts at $649 for 64 gigs of storage. The Pixel 2 XL comes in just black and white, and it's $849. You can get 128 gig versions of either one for $100 more. Google is partnering with Verizon again, but you'll also be able to get them unlocked directly from Google. The company's told me that it's going to do its best to make enough of them, and it has finally upgraded its online store so that you can pre-order even if the thing is out of stock to hold your place in line. Let's talk cameras. Now, it's way too early for me to truly judge the quality of these cameras, but I have been using them for a little bit with pre-production software, and I'm already impressed. The color accuracy, the detail, and the texture all seem really good, even on the selfie camera. Oh, and I should point out that both cameras on both sides, on both phones, are identical. You get the same camera whichever phone